Hello, people. Davey from Daveyverse, and I'm here to bring you. Well, I've got a selection today. I've got some comedy bits. Well, Ricky Gervais, Woody Harrelson. Woody's not that funny, but I still offer a bit of a laugh. It's a cheap joke at the end of the day. Guardians of the Galaxy. What the fuck's going on with basically Hollywood and emasculating men? This seems to be a thing that's coming up. It's very strange. I want to crack on into sort of Disney now. Well, not really sure, 100% sure what the crack is. It's Disneyland in Florida, and how the state of Florida has took it over. And I could sort of see why they've basically been overstepping the bounds. They've been campaigning against the governor of the state, so yeah, they're putting their nose in and the governor's cracked down. It's a tit for tat, that's what it seems like to me, but we'll have a look anyway. And then I kind of want to go into the fall of Hollywood, and then we'll finish up with the disaster of Peter Pan. But for now, let's crack on. Here we go! Ricky Gervais mocks fragile, easily offended people in the Ralph Dahl edit debate. So, I was going to cover this last weekend, but I figured I'll wait because I knew something like this bullshit like this would come up. I was waiting for somebody to make a decent joke, and this is it. So, I think I've made my stance clear. I'm against the whole sort of changing culture for modern times. Basically separate the art from the artist. In this case, it's more of actually changing the art because of the art. So, I'll grant that. When stuff like Game of Thrones with George R.R. Martin still alive, I accept it if he changes it, because it's his work, his sort of tale. J.K. Rowling did a similar thing. I know Ralph Dahl did a sort of an American edition, because the Americans couldn't really pick up the British terms. That's just more of a thing on the American education system, to be fair, than actually changing the work. But, enough sass to the Yanks. Let's crack on with this. So, words such as fat and ugly to be removed from children's books. For fuck's sake. To be fair, wait, I had a door knocker the other day asking for money. Saying, that they're campaigning for autistic kids because the government's now putting that they're going to teach it in schools, like sign language and stuff. I don't know how it related to autistic kids. The guy didn't really explain it to us. But I was questioning him, just taking the piss a bit. I said I'll volunteer and shit, but he didn't want to volunteer. He wanted cash money. I was like, hell no, I'm not giving you money. Christ almighty, I don't trust people. Anyway, Ricky Gervais has his say in a debate surrounding Puffin's decision to edit the Ralph Dahl books. Let's just go to the tweets. Let's just explain it. So, Ricky Gervais, this is me pondering whether they'll change anything of the words I've used in my work after I'm dead to spare those who are fragile and easily offended. Words like fat and ugly and cunt and said fuck and fat and ugly, greedy, pathetic, little stupid fucking cunt, stuff like that. Well, that's my YouTube demonetized. I'll really get monetized anyway. Yeah, I can see a fuck off all I want. Yay! Right. So I found that just alright. Really here's chuckling throughout, so fuck it. And then this one, Ricky Gervais. I've changed my mind. I think we should ban words like fat and ugly. Yep, fair enough. Troll face. Right. And then Ian Fleming's James Bond series is also getting restructured. This is all coming due to getting sensitivity readers in. I don't know if publishers are purposely doing this so they can seem like they're doing something proactively. It's a possibility. But just for another sort of comedians rebelling, Woody Harrelson slams COVID setup protocols as nonsense in his fucking Friday Night Live, you Americans call it. Where's it? So Woody Harrelson, he did a little joke about how cartels basically bought up the government and the media, gets everyone locked down, and then basically sells it to force people to take their drugs. And then he threw out the script because he thought that would never become true. Imagine that. Sort of, it's a bit on the nose humour. That turns out that the audience inside chuckled, but a lot of people on online basically kicked off. In fact, that's still going on. Active responder. I don't think anybody should have the right to demand that you are forced to do testing, forced to wear masks, forced to get vaccinated 3 years on. It's just like, let's be done with it nonsense. So sort of the comedians rebelling. It's at least finally happening. I know Ricky Gervais has come out a few times, but if we start seeing more comedians sort of getting in a space where they're actually doing what comedians do and challenge society through jokes and comedy, we actually could be getting somewhere. With some luck, this goes on and on and on, and we can finally move out this phrase of fucking cancel culture and bullshit. But anyway, need to dig deeper into the dive of more bullshit. So join us on my next one. Catch ya. Peace. Hello, Davey. And Karen Gillan is quite fit, isn't she? Right. Anyway, off topic. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Karen Gillan mocked awkward pose. So you've probably all seen it now. She basically puts her arm above her head and like sort of leaning, but Hollywood then has sort of butched her up, and she was an attractive woman, like. So hang on. Wait. This. What the fuck's going on here? So that's Karen Gillan's character. She plays Nebula, and in the first few movies they actually got her looking, you know, she got curves, she looks attractive, besides being bald. But this, that's a fucking dad bod, that. There's no way that's her body. So she does a TikTok, mocks it. Even there, she doesn't look fucking thingy. See, at least Peter. See, they're skinning them down, toning them down. Drax is covered up. Gamora's been formed. No curves. No tits. What the fuck's going on? At least the dog's got teeth. Fuck you, well. But this is I think that's just Dave DePisa's last outing, I think. Let's see. Okay. Not what I want. Definitely not what I want. Fuck that. So she basically goes on jokingly that she will try to make that sort of pose. She'll pull it out on the red carpet jokingly. Yeah, and overall she's not happy about it. She thought that she might be leaning against the wall or something, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully that's a sort of response that pretty much gets fans like, we jokingly, so on and so forth. And I think the whole drama is now over. I'm just coming to this late, but that's with us being thingy. But I want to tie this into something. So see, Drax has been covered up. He's always been shirtless. He's always had his muscles out. It's always been shown off like the body tattoo. But now he's been covered up. Peter Quill, he's been fucking tied down. Not Peter Quill. That's just fucking that's the actor. Actor Chris Pratt. They fucking torn him down. Chris Pratt is a big guy. He's in a baggy shirt, baggy pants, all fucking covered up. And it's sort of a Hollywood thing where they want to emasculate men. And this is sort of bringing it to the forefront where they're actually coming out and saying it. They've actually just said it. It's like, what? So we knew it's been going on for years. We've seen it coming up. I want to look into Peter Pan and Wendy. And you can see it there where Peter Pan's been sort of put on the back burner as well. But there's a few things that's been around about. I think Shazam, when watching that, that was quite good to be fair. But that wasn't even put on the back burner. Well, compared to the comics anyway. But anyway, enough of that. So, Dungeons and Dragons movie writers team reveals they have intentionally emasculated the leading man in the film to put women on the front lines. Let's send women to the front lines of Ukraine. I wonder how that would go. But that's not the point. So, D&D male heroes aren't always heroic. After retaining the reason did not precise to a woke thinking to the pair explained that the men that always because they find it funny and fresh. It's not funny and fresh, it's been done fucking since millennia. Pointing at Rachel Adams and Jess Bateman characters, Date Night Rich, Delay, Dale and Goldstein also wrote. They also aim to do something similar with Tom Holland's Peter Parker and Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. Like I said, it's been in Hollywood, now they're just coming and openly admitting it. We like to make male heroes to be challenged and not simply heroic. But that's not the escapism people want. People want the escapism to be saved, just to watch something to idolise up to. It's something that the pair found surprisingly difficult to achieve with leading characters in their films. Because they're leading characters, you can't have them not to be heroic. If they're leads for a reason. They need to be prominent, they need to be the good guys, they need to show the right values, and they need to do the right thing at the right moments at the right time. That is what being heroic is. Just doing the right thing at the right time. Anyone can do it. There's a scene, I actually think Deadpool probably explains it best, when Colossus tells Deadpool, you don't wake up as a hero, that it just takes 4 to 5 moments to beat, and that's what the lead is. But if you're trying to purposely write that out or try to change it, then you're not doing it, which just pretty much fucks the whole Hollywood system up and fucks the movies up. Well, they didn't name names. They noted that they had experience with a couple of male actors in the past who refused to look weak or vulnerable in films. So Henry Cavill basically came out and said there was a similar thing going on with The Witcher. I'm glad that's sort of ended now. Liam Hemsworth picked up the role. Is he going to make himself look weak? Time will tell. However, they have had the opportunity problems with Chris Pine. Was it Chris Pine? Oh, wait. Now he is. Who plays Edwin the Bard in the movie. Instead, Pine reportedly enjoyed making himself look as bad as possible, almost as a fault. Yeah, he does. To the point his team had to remind him that he had to look heroic in some scenes. To be fair, I think I talked about it last time, it's always fun to play the bad guy. But in this context, it sounds like you're not playing a bad guy, you're playing a beta. And nobody wants to be a beta. Well, there's a few people, but they're just weird. So yeah, Hollywood has just openly come out and said it. They're emasculating men for their own sort of vanity. And yeah, you can see it. You see it everywhere. They've even mentioned they're bringing in Spider-Man Homecoming. They wanted Tony Stark and Peter Parker. I don't know. It's getting dire. Hopefully, actors and comedians start coming out and speaking up volumes, bringing it into the mainstream. See, my story pretty much goes back to 2012, 2013. I fell out of comics. It would just die and shit. Needed money at the time as well, so it was a nice little saving to have. Save some money there. But I basically left Western media. I still followed stuff like Walking Dead. I even followed the CW. Flash was alright. To be fair, I actually quite liked the first 2 seasons of Flash. Yeah, Arrow was good. First season of Supergirl I liked. Legends of Tomorrow, I actually liked that until season 2. Actually, that was alright. I enjoyed that. But pardon me. But now, I've now come up to the sort of timeline where I've basically abandoned all this media. I found it elsewhere. French, Belgium comics are actually decent. Translating them is a pain in the arse though. If you can find someone that can actually do it, there's a few people on Reddit, a few people on 4chan that actually fucking translate these over. I don't know how good they actually are, because some of the phrasing's a bit weird. And then, obviously, manga is a big influence. Japanese and the Korean stuff is fucking class. I actually massively fell into Rising of the Shield Hero. That Nafumi spoke to us. I sort of get why it did. It's a classic tale. He basically goes from riches to rags to riches again, and he's got a lot of trust issues, which, granted, that women be hoes, I don't blame him. And yeah, so am I going how am I going to relate this back to the Emasculates? Wait, Rising of the Shield Hero character Nafumi gets basically falsely accused, and then he basically builds his reputation back up by being the hero again. And yeah, as being the lead, he has moments in his life where he has to choose the correct path. He's already been casted as the bad guy. He's already been put in a position where people don't trust him, they don't want his help, and he has to hide his identity. So when moments come where he has to sort of pick, does he defend from monster attack, or does he just let it happen? If he captures a band of sort of bandits, I'm trying to think of a better word than bandit. A band of bandits. Fucking hell. So I was trying to think of a better word, but nah. So he catches them, and he has a choice, because they basically say, that if you turn us in, we'll see who you are, then that'll look like you are the bad guy. So he goes, I could just kill you all off, or I'll take all your shit. So they basically sell their lives for he robs the bandits. It's just comical. Right. So if you want something decent, don't watch this. Read Rising of the Shield Hero. Catch you in the next one. Peace. Hola, señor. Lávate las manos. Wash your hands, you filthy bastards. Welcome to Davyverse. So, this one, I'm not really 100% sure about. It's American sort of topic, but because it's Disney, it's going to hit the bottom day, and it's sort of a cultural thing, which is why I'm sort of going to cover this. Will it change Disney's culture at the top? I would say no, with the new management of Bob Chapek. Is it Bob Chapek or Bob Iger? I don't know, too many Bobs. I think Bob Iger was the first one that got chucked out. Then Chapek came back in. Is that correct? We'll find out. So, Florida governor signs a bill to give state control over Walt Disney's World's District. So, as I get it, not Walt Disney, but yeah, pretty much story goes back to Walt Disney built the one in California. He wanted a sort of where he built his own town. He wanted pretty much everything in his name, but he died before he managed to do that. So the company sort of picked up that baton. Florida was offering all these tax incentives if they built a new Disney World in their sort of state, because all the traffic from taxes and all the people coming in, you would get a massive boom from it, and it looks like Florida has, to be honest. So it looks like it was a good deal on both sides. So Disney got their park in Orlando. They got a lot of shit that they could do. They basically became a state inside the state. Best comparison, I think they became like Vatican City. Hang on a minute. They can't compare Disney to Vatican City. Oh, flippin' hell. Right. I can actually see it, to be fair. Americans sort of holy place, Walt Disney, let's make a little state of it. Right. So in that little state, they've got a right to build what they want, they can do what they want, they've got their own police force, they've got their own fire departments, their own medical facilities, They've got massive underground complexes. They can sort of dodge like zoning laws and that. Well, it's their own state, so they can do what they want with inside it. They've got their own rules. They've got their own BS. All fun and games. Makes me wonder, if you get a speeding ticket in there, then is it Disney that prosecutes or Florida? Highways, I'm guessing, so state. But anyway, so Florida won DeSantis on Monday signed a bill to take control of the special tax districts surrounding Walt Disney. Yeah, so he's only taking over the tax exemptions. That would half, essentially allowing that Disney core to operate with a high degree of autonomy. The corporate kingdom finally comes to an end, DeSantis said during a news event. Did it in Orlando, so he didn't go inside the state. Oh well. That would be funny if you actually just went outside the castle and just stood there. This is going to an end. Fucking hell. If you had the balls, fuck it. How funny would that be? Guess they still have the right to chuck them off. Wait. State Republicans last year targeted Disney after it publicly clashed with DeSantis, who rightly considered to be running for president in 24. Fair enough. I've heard some stuff about DeSantis, like, it seems like he's a favourite, to be honest. Right. Over the law that restricts classroom instructions of gender and sexual orientation, known by his opposition as Don't Say Gay measures. So, don't say gay, but you can't also teach them about straight sex either. Which, I mean, if you're teaching kids about sex, you've got something wrong with you. Like, teens are right. Sort of hitting puberty age, they sort of have to know this stuff, but why are you teaching them? I think this is targeted for like so I think it's banned up to like year 3, I think, when I've read it. That'd be UK year 3, so about 6 year olds. Anyone younger than that you can't teach, which it's absolutely fair. In March, Disney's then chief executive, Bob Chapek. So it's Bob Iger in charge now. I knew I was confused about that. Voiced disappointment with the bill limiting LGBTQ discussions in school, saying that DeSantis had expressed concern about the legislation becoming law. Well, no, it's not really limited. It's just that you can't really enforce it on kids until they reach a certain age. They can learn about it after, they can learn about it outside of school, they can learn it from their parents. Just in school, you'll learn your English, your maths, your science, your history, and, well, geography I would prefer as well if you can. And then that's the 5 core subjects, I would say. And then the rest, well, chuck IT into it now, but IT was really a subject of Bill Gates. So the government basically went to Bill Gates, this IT thing's coming up, what would be key to learn it? And Bill Gates he geniusly said, get them to learn Microsoft. So obviously they made an absolute fortune over it. Anyway, that's a different topic. In a move, politically observed viewers retaliated Florida's lawmakers this month passed a bill which DeSantis signed into law that authorises the governor to appoint 5 supervisors to oversee the traditional multi-purpose services such as fire, public utility, waste and road maintenance. So Disney controls road maintenance. Go back to the speeding fine. Disney may have claimed it. In the region where Disney operates. So Disney's fucking lost out here. And it's all because they butted in to a political argument. Well, they didn't have to. I bet you they're kicking themselves now, like, they're going to lose fucking millions. And then if they look at the parks and find they're being under constructed, let's say, there's got to be a lot of work to put stuff right if they're going to be up to standards of a state. Right, let's leave that there anyway. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Hello, people. Let's look into the fall of Hollywood. Yay, about time. But anyway, Cocaine Bear box office beats Marvel's Ant-Man 3. Oof. That's a big oof. So Ant-Man 3 is, let's say, dire. Box office looks terrible. Look like they're going to lose money on this, and it isn't even going to make enough money to cover the first Ant-Man. That, for Marvel, is dire. Then again, they put on their subscription service and just bullshit us all. So there's a silver lining for them at least. But the whole movie wasn't that good, to be honest. Story was pushing a narrative, let's say. Best way of saying it. It was pushing a sort of communist utopia that could happen if everyone unites. And it's like, it will never happen, for one. And two, there's no need to push the messaging. You could just state it, this happened because of this, sorted. But no, the characters actively try to push it onto the audience. Anyway, Cocaine Bear is showing off the box office strengths by buffeting Marvel's latest release from number 1 at the end of the week. So, it's been out for 2 weeks now, and Cocaine Bear's only been out for a week, so it's pushed it straight off. Roughly based on, I've heard something about that actually. Actually been meaning to look it up. So, I've heard there was a bear in the national forest that basically found a bag of cocaine. So, following the violent rampage of an ensued in the Chattahoochee Oconee National Forest. I don't know if I stated that whatsoever. Ye Yanks and ye Indian words. National Forest. See, National Forest is English. I don't know why you couldn't just called it like Charlie. When a bear ingests a cocaine shipment that was dumped near Bloody Mountain. Near Blood Mountain. Bloody Mountain would sound better. The film, which was directed by comic actor Elizabeth Banks, featured that included Kiara Russell, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Adam Lee, Reed, so on and so forth. So Cocaine Bear is an original success in the sea of franchise entirely. To be fair, I saw the whole franchise things coming a bit shit now. They've been like top of games, they've been top of thingy, top of games, top of books, top of movies, top of TV shows. More original stuff would be better. That's why I think also like Eastern markets where Westerners haven't really experienced before is why such as manga and that is coming through. All we get repeats and reshoots. So let's read this. So deadline, the stellar opening weekend box office for the drug-fueled Cocaine Bear just closed by number 1 Thursday, reaching a cumulative domestic of 32 million, although it didn't smash number 1 from Ant-Man over the weekend. It did. It topped the slot on opening Thursday and felt a repeat this Wednesday and Thursday, with Creed 3 swooping in this weekend. Seems likely that the past Tuesday will be the last time Ant-Man will see a read. So, yeah, Ant-Man's been knocked off by an indie movie that had half the budget, and yeah, go from there. Quantumania continues as bad MCU box office trends. Can Phase 5 be fixed? No. Phase 4 was bad. We're expecting the Marvels to come out next. Oof. There's no Spider-Man to save it this time. But this was part I was interested in. I thought I was on the other one, but I was on this one. So, in 31, yep. However, it also represents a historic loss of 69.9%. Nice drop compared to Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania's opening weekend. So, yeah, drops 70% basically. Week after week is absolute shambles. Word of mouth often keeps a movie dropped to about 40 to 50%. I don't know. There's movies like Avatar and shit where word of mouth will boost it, but this case, word of mouth couldn't easily save it. So following on from that shambles, so So how Shazam's 2 box office projections compared to the first one. So Shazam's coming out this year. I think they were banking on this to make a profit, but it's projected to be less than what the original was. I got a frog in my throat. Okay. The domestic opening weekend for 2019 Shazam was the original film, raked in 53.3 million. So that's the opening weekend. We're currently predicting 43 to 52 million. Bear in mind, that would be ticket prices rising, and also theatres now fully in full swing. And I think Shazam would have came out when Endgame came out. Were they actually competing at the time? I don't know if they were competing at the time, but it was the same year, so I don't know if people were waiting for Endgame. I think they both came out back end. Right, so let's crack on this. For Shazam, Fury of Gods, Shazam went on to make a total of 140 million, so that's the original one, and over 366 million globally. Nice. Well, the new... See, I actually quite like that, to be honest. The first Shazam was actually decent. A bit sappy, but it was just a fun comedy. While the new Shazam movie could be DC's canon, the support project might be put a damper on the move, especially since the first film did not extremely well as a box office either. I mean, compared to a Marvel flick, I guess not, but I don't think Shazam is sort of B compared to like Superman, Batman, stuff like that. And to make that much money as a B, quite good, decent, I would say. And like I said, it's got a cult following bit behind it. It's a decent movie. Nice change of pace from the dark DC stuff we used to getting. Yeah, overall enjoyable. Especially since the first movie didn't have it. So, though Avengers Endgame it, so I was right. It did come out roughly. Did it come out at the same time or just cut it short? So, Shazam Fury of Gods is currently tracking for a poor opening weekend box office, raised doubts that the hero DC film's future. See, another problem with this is that DC shot themselves in the foot. They've done the roadmap. I'm glad for it, but it's going to go up to the Flash, and then it's going to go from there. So DC is going to basically just get these out and then start new. Yeah, it's what they should have done, but it's going to put a fork in this. People might not go and see it because it's going to have nothing to do with the new DC law. But to be honest, I'm probably going to see it. I enjoyed the first one. It was goofy, it was fun. This one, I think they've took it back to a dark tone again. We'll see. We'll have to see. But one more from the disaster of Hollywood and why Hollywood is going to fail. The Marvels delayed hints that MCU is learning from the right lessons. Bullshit! Whew, that was a bad cough. Whew. You need to keep them bullshits controlled. The Marvels has officially been delayed until November, but the change may not be entirely bad for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, it's in here, they're claiming it's due to the CGI. So, they're getting it back into studio, getting it back CGI, they're reshooting the whole thing. But from what I've heard from rumours are that the screening audience absolutely didn't like it. They slated it. So they're doing reshoots, not just CGI. The actors are back in, they're doing reshoots. And yeah, Brie Larson isn't a likeable actor. That just comes off as a snob. That would be acceptable in movies where, let's say, rom-coms or romance. It's sort of the angle they go for. But in a sort of superhero role, you're basically going to be with fans. Fans are sort of, fair or not, do expect you to be in that role for pretty much the life of the actor. Not actor, life of the character. Big thing would be sort of Patrick Stewart as as Picard, people always are going to associate Baxter to it. Sort of, that's the nerdom. That's pretty much how we nerds are. We do separate art from artist, but Brie Larson sort of tainted Captain Marvel, and it's going to be a hard one to scrub clean. But then Miss Marvel came out on Disney Plus, and that seems like it was bad as well. Ant-Man and the Wasp is failing absolutely. So I can't see this actually being what it is. And the lesson to learn would be to either scrap this for the tax write-off, or just slash it on Disney Plus. See if you can rewrite something. Because where the audiences have been seeing it, the rumours have been going about is the storyline is terrible. It's cohesive. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. I'll catch you next time. Peace. Hello, people. Disney Plus has dropped Peter Pan and Wendy. Wait, Peter Pan and Wendy. So, I know some of the controversies going around this so far are the sort of race changes, the gender changes, the sort of the penis cannon shooting at kids. I don't know why you shoot a penis cannon at kids. That looks wrong in the first place, but they do it. Don't know why. But my general thing isn't really, to be fair, as long as the actor can act, I'm fine with it. So they basically went around the world, picked up an Indian Peter Pan, a black Tinkerbell, then a white Captain Hook, so on and so forth. At least the Indians are actually Indians. Not as... wait there, I'm British. How does this work? So the Indians I know are Asian, but the Indians American knows are Native Americans. This is confusing. And then they hired both. Wait. So it's going to be a point of view from Wendy. So I can see why they added Wendy into this. Tinkerbell completely changed. So that's just attractive, which is cute. But it's not Tinkerbell. Basically nah. So I'm a bit disheartened by it. But as long as the action's good, as long as you can act, I'm fine with that. Wait. Where am I again? So, I've watched the trailer. I don't think I can play it without getting banned. But anyway, what we know so far anyway. Let's crack on with this and then we'll go into the trailer scene. I can't play it all. I've seen it. CGI is terrible. The acting does seem terrible as well, to be honest. There's a scene in the acting I kind of want to play that's going to show how the full thing is going to go. If this is putting their best foot forward, the whole thing's going to be a shamble. I'll see if I can show you the penis cannon as well, because I do find you shooting a penis cannon at kids is weird. Don't know why Disney's doing it. I sort of do, but I don't. Let's say that. I can't get sued for that. So far, we know that there'll be a live adaptation of the original books. I wouldn't say original books, you sort of change it now. And a cartoon classic. A bit like Beauty and the Beast and the Land. Well, supposed to have the lessons that the live adaptations doesn't work. We'll meet Wendy Darling, who is scared to leave her home until Peter Pan and the Magic Boys never grew up, come along. Oh yeah, the Lost Boys are now lost their thems. Yeah. Mix of boys and girls and whatever they want to be. They can be anything they want to be, apparently. She goes up on an adventure with him and her little brother's tiny fairy Tinkerbell. It also features Captain Hook, who's going to be played by Joe Lowe, who is also Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts. Makes sense to be associated with Harry Potter now. In the new trailer, Wendy Darling is met with the Lost Boys and girls, apparently, after finding himself washed up on a beach in Neverland. Oh, herself. I mean, himself. We also see a dramatic scene where Wendy, Peter Pan and her brothers are being transported to the magical land when Big Ben strikes midnight. We have a small glimpse of the hero and Peter Pan other heroes and Peter Pan arc nemesis. Wait, I've always subtracted Peter Pan off the heroes. So what? You can't do that. Wait, I may have a bad take here, but if Peter Pan is the one kidnapping children, wouldn't Captain Hook be the hero who's trying to save them? Is that just my take on it? I've not watched Peter Pan in about 20 years, but from my rare collections and pop culture memes, Captain Hook should be the hero. Who stars in Peter Pan and Wendy? Peter Pan, the boy who never grows up, is played by actor Alexander Maloney, his first role in a feature-length film. Congratulations, kid. Other Alison stars as Wendy Darling in a film. Well, Yara Shahidi will be the angelic fairy as Tinker Bell. I've seen it before. I can't remember whether. I can't put it in what. I don't think she's been a lead. I think she's been a support character a few times. So Yara Shahidi made headlines in 2020 when it was announced that she'll be the first black person to play Tinker Bell. Well, congratulations. To be fair, I think we did in school anyway. I think we had a school play where there was a black lass playing Tinker Bell. So I think we actually got first. Right. Anyway, off topic point. The most famous actor in the film is Jude Law, who's best known for playing Albus Dumbledore from the Harry Potter spin-off Fantastic Beasts. He played Captain Hook. Played Baddie. Dyslexia and half this. So it'll be released and available to stream on Disney Plus. So I don't think it's actually coming out in theaters. Oh well. And I think I can show you a clip. I think I can show you the clip without getting banned. Wait, how bad the acting is. They're aiming at the sword. Why would you aim at the sword? And picture this. There's nobody here. There's a guy in there, but there's nobody really here. 3, 2, 1. Sword. So he's charging it now. What do you think? If she's like this, blocking swords like that, he's charging in, should easily pounce on her to subject her to the floor. Even if this was a tactic, they were aiming at the swords to hold her in a position where she can't retaliate. What would you do? Even them two could have acted. And he magically teleports. With a sword in hand, I think. Magically teleports. Could have swung. Should have managed to get the strength. Well, I think Tinkerbell does portray the magic. To then overpower two guys with swords pounding down with on her. With that guy to do nothing. It's like, what are you doing? Now, penis cannon. Da 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 da. Is this penis cannon? Penis cannon! You shooting kids. You shooting kids with a penis cannon, for fuck's sake. Right down Red's crotches, aiming up. Hey, pedo smile. Bang, Disney. Boom. And it's from Disney. Fuck's sake. Disney are just a bunch of nonsense, I swear. There probably is a nonce or two within Disney, to be fair, so I think I'm off the hook. Allegedly then. But I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Hello, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more, watch more. If not, at least like, comment, subscribe. It helps us out. Appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.